What's going on, everybody? We've got a new show for Atheism Reviews coming at you. We've got a lot of guest appearances today. In particular, we've got a special guest appearance from Art the God Believer. We've all seen the previews. To celebrate, we're all going to do a four-way shot of moonshine. We also got King Pun in the studio today. He's a little shy about the camera because he hasn't got his moonshine in for the day. Real atheist drinks moonshine. Our first show is coming in. MrRepzion coming at you.
Salud.
We're going to rock it out.
I should start a new segment on my channel called Facepalm Sunday.
It is pointless to talk to an atheist if they cannot hear the gospel of Jesus Christ, if they can't believe from that.
But just let's pause here. Is it really pointless to talk to an atheist? Because that's a big subject right now. King Atheist, is it pointless to talk to you?
I'm gonna talk about what this guy is saying. He's like, tell me to read one book and nothing else, and just believe that and roll with everything.
Alright, but what? Let's just. Atheists are outnumbered 30 to 1. We're the minority right now. Why is it important to talk to an atheist? Explain to that. Explain to the world.
I mean, if he doesn't want to talk to me, that's his problem. I have a lot of friends who are believers, you know, like.
What about
just
Art?
because I don't agree with
He's a believer.
I don't agree with them, but I can still be his friends.
Okay,
I value a lot when he says no, because you gotta throw it out the window, because obviously he doesn't think logically.
That's actually a valid point.
You are the atheist's complete existence, Christians. And if you would stop talking to them, call it a holy hush, the whole world stops talking to atheists. The whole Christian and spiritual world. And they would completely just starve to death and die out.
But I do believe my friend should have a right to also, you know, think and discuss, because we have a right to see what the middle ground is. But hopefully I can always convert him to believe in God.
This guy, what he's saying is just ridiculous. It's like, my biggest beefs with religion is all the violence that it promotes throughout history. But this guy's sitting here and proves my point exactly. He said, let the atheists just die off. So you want like another Holocaust of a certain type of people because of what they believe in. You might as well just throw on some fucking bags over your head, ride around horses and lynching atheists.
An atheist argument starts like this. It's pointless to talk to them. They start out by setting the ground rules, and here are their ground rules. Use the scientists that I believe in, with the gadgets that I believe, and prove to me that what I don't believe exists.
Here's the thing about that. I do not seek religious people.
The God Believer, to give a little background, he not only went out when he was a young child and sought out people who didn't believe in God. When he was from the age of 0 to 14, he was raised as a Catholic. When he was 14, he became a Mormon. For 1 year, that was his system. Then at 15, he became a Jehovah's Witness. And when he turned 18, he started going off on his own and believed that God exists everywhere.
Show me reasons as to why I should believe in your particular God.
Because there are scientists who have made gadgets to detect spirits and ghosts. There are scientists that believe in ghosts. There are scientists and archaeologists who believe in Jesus. And there are those who don't believe in Jesus.
This guy says it's wrong. We should let the atheists die off. Is it okay? Do you agree with that? You think we should let the atheists die off?
I think the atheists are there just to remind us how much we love God. And it's really important to always focus on what's believed in your heart. Because, you know, you don't have to explain the actual facts of what you don't know, but instead just look for the path that's in front of you to lead you to ultimate wisdom.
Obviously, God is not right here for all of us to see. And that's not a big deal, because truth is not right here for all of us to see. Whenever you're born, you have to find truth. Everybody thinks that everybody else is lying. And
to point out to everybody that the God Believer here is not faking, at what age did you start going door to door trying to convince people to come to your church?
At a very young age.
What age, about approximately?
15 years old, when I was very shy and a timid little young boy.
And if God exists, He's not going to show Himself to you. We're not magicians. We can't make Him show Himself to you, and obviously He's hiding if He exists.
By that age, I just told my father, I am not stepping foot in the church.
It was a good experience. No, but it was a good experience.
God Believer, when's last? Show us your shirt. We got the God Believer shirt. In reality, no faking. When's the last time you talked to God? Because you believe in God, so you must talk to Him. Or if you don't talk to Him, it's okay.
Honestly, I talked to God 20 minutes ago. I really wanted Him to know what was the right thing tonight to do and how to behave, and I asked for His, guidance. And I felt like when I asked and prayed,
Okay, wait, let me just pause on this. We got third.
No,
we
but
got
listen,
third.
I want you to know that I actually felt like I knew what he said back to me, and I'm gonna do it.
Okay, that's that. I agree. That's we all got our perspectives. I agree with that. We've got what about King Pun's in the studio? He's not going to come on the camera, but he wants to say a few words. What do you think about King God Believer's comments over here?
The voice from the south side.
Wait, let this guy speak. Any comments?
Well, I mean, you talked to God 20 minutes ago, as in prayer, and you felt like you felt what he said back to you, or I didn't understand that part.
Well, let me answer his question.
How do you feel words? That is a good question.
Let me answer his question. I basically was at turmoil and contrite with my thoughts, so I just expressed my need to just ask God what I need to do, and I felt like he gave me an answer, and it was inspiration and to make me strong and be positive and hang out with my friends and do the right thing. So I was right there, and it felt good.
All right.
Toilet.
You said God is transcendent.
Jesus,
Let's see what King got to say. A couple comments on this.
I mean, there is no God. It's just those delusions. Like, it's happened.
But what I find just ironic is that in the Bible, your own book, God reveals himself to many different prophets, to many different people. People have seen the face of God and they tremble in fear. God has revealed himself in your...
That's some good mushrooms right there, bro.
This guy talked about the prophets. I just want to ask the God believer, Abraham was a real person according to you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brilliant scholar that just believed in God. And
King, was Abraham a real person?
No. I mean, like, how many authors nowadays still use pen names? Like, come on.
And he must be found. So if he exists, we cannot prove to you that he exists, but we have 100% proof that he exists because of what we've seen and done in the Spirit.
That was very, very confusing. Let's repeat what you just said here.
So if he exists, we cannot prove to you that he exists, but we have 100% proof that he exists because of what we've seen and done in the Spirit.
I'm not sure.
All right, let's just pause this.
Contradiction.
The word evidence is a very semantical word. People define what evidence is differently. I define it differently than Christians do, because Christians think evidence is things that are in the Bible.
This guy just mentioned the Bible. I just want to understand this. God believer talked about the Bible. I just want to know, what is the most truthful thing in the Bible coming from a person who is a Christian, then a Mormon, then a Jehovah's Witness? Give us a 5-second answer to what was the most truthful thing in the Bible. Tell us, God believer.
I don't even need a time constraint. How about 50, 100 million people believe in the same exact text?
50,
Well,
100
give us,
million.
okay,
100 million.
people believe in the Bible, but give us a detail. What brought you in? What was the truest thing in the Bible? Not the Bible itself. Go ahead, explain it to us.
From the moment the book was written, I'm sure everyone coincided that this was written by the authors and proceeded through the generations by the exact same authors. It's synonymous with all the believers.
Some answers here.
All right,
third cut.
Listen,
Okay,
I'll
wait.
say, like, the only little bit of sense at all that the Bible makes is a couple simple words.
Okay, go ahead.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Everything else is complete crap.
Alright, the God believer is getting pissed off. He wants to talk about the gospel of Jesus. I want to give you 30 seconds, God believer.
Basically, I have two atheists in the room that are overruling things that I want to say. That's okay, because basically what it comes down to, I have my audience, I know what people think. It's in the essence of what you believe and what you project and what you get, and you know that God will respond to you if you believe. And that's the basic comment. Look at these guys chuckling right now. They don't even know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. And that's good enough.
How you have to be holy, and how this world and our flesh is sick and wicked. Even though we tell you that, and that we're born and we're murderers and liars and thieves, and you see all this, and molesters, and you see all this, and it doesn't change you to look for something good. There must be good somewhere, or there would be no contrast between good and evil.
Let me get a hot shout out on King Atheist over here. We're talking about good and evil. King Atheist, you got something to say on good and evil?
It's just a ridiculous statement. Like, good, evil, like, that's what, like, these religious freaks bring that upon us atheists all the time, like, or even fucking people like, no, hell no, I travel to fucking small, poor countries all the time. I tip well if I done some stupid shit, absolutely. And I said, no, not really. Built from it. Like, whatever happened, happened. You know, like, fucking, I never killed anybody.
I hear that.
Religions kill a lot of people.
that.
You know?
And if you've ever done something you regret, then you prove that there's a difference between good and evil.
Do you believe that evil exists?
Yeah, absolutely. But human nature's evil. We're all like, if we're alive, we die or not. But just saying, like we're all going to the same place. We're just gonna be passed on a heat ball fire, you know. So like, but people are greedy, like overwhelmed. Like that's human. Like they just want. Like the church just takes everything from everybody. That fucking. They have churches and mosques and synagogues all over this country. They don't even pay taxes to the government, dude. Like, this is a chain drain on society. People preaching stuff that doesn't bring anything back to community, nothing. Like, there's no forepoint, like, whatever.
I can deal with that.
I'm ranting too much.
We got some
guy believe over here who talks way too much and makes absolutely no sense.